Welcome to the PSY TAi Podcast number 27. You are here, we are here. I'm going to break down some psilocybin studies done by this hospital and as well talk about Compass, which is investing a lot of money into psilocybin research. So let's cue that intro. First of all, I hope y'all having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special, whatever time this is coming at you. Take this energy now that we all in the same boat. We can start the conversation. All right, guys, man. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful. Let me put in this charger so the computer doesn't die on me. But man, we made it to 27 episodes. We almost at 30. I cannot believe it, but I am believing it so because I'm living this life. But before any of this, man, this good stuff. The PSY TAi Podcast does not condone the use of illegal drugs. What you do with your body is what you do. What we do on this channel is we go over scientific research done by hospitals and go over case studies. And as well, I give my 2% worth of experience so that it can add to the picture. I'm not telling anybody to go do anything. I'm not your influence to tell you to do this. All right, now we passed that. Hey man, it's been wonderful times. Been pumping out a lot of live streams. Thank y'all for tuning into the live streams. Thank y'all for tuning in. We chit-chatted up. I know these used to be live, but I just found a better way for the streaming to go so that we can actually chit-chat and y'all can actually hear me and things can work out. Just tie. It's when you combine your mind with your heart, let that circle keep spinning, like whatever come out. Right now though, if y'all know, I'm sipping on some. I was feeling a little under the weather lately, so I found this elderberry tea. Look at that. If the packaging feels so soft. It's so cool. But it's scrumptious berry tea, especially during cold season. But elderberry is a very helpful berry. It comes from a tree, and it helps your immune system very, very much. There's actually a medicine, one of the only medicines I take whenever I get under the weather is this elderberry derived medicine. I don't take Tylenol or cold medicines or Dayquil and all that stuff. I stick to the herbs. But to try this out, I'm trying this out right now, elderberry tea. Or I'll let y'all know how it plays out. Got the nice packaging and stuff. No, this is not sponsored by them, but if y'all want to hit me up, we can work together. And it's called Buddhist tea. But yeah, I want to get into this because psychedelic research is back on the rise as usual. Bad psychedelic research and psychedelic assisted therapy is back, and that's what's really going to help people get over their addiction, get over depression, anxiety, social anxiety disorder. We're going to go real deep into this. And also I have a video. I got a video that was put out by the Compass site about how this psychedelic renaissance is changing the future. Compass, I got an article. I got their website, but I want to talk a little about what I was reading about Compass. It's a company based in London. Thought they were based in America, but they're based in London, and they're big in the mental health field, especially neurology and developing medicines and stuff like that. So what their plan now, since they seeing all these studies going on, what they do is they create Compass, the company. They actually create medical grade psilocybin. So y'all know mushrooms contain psilocybin, but and just so y'all know, magic mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, they also contain a host of other chemicals. Just like marijuana is not just THC and CBD, but it's also THC, got a host of chemicals in it, that gives it the property that it has when you smoke it, that makes you feel all that good stuff or whatever it is you feeling in the moment. So they have medical grade psilocybin, so that's like high dose THC, like a dab or something, just like a dab, because the dab of wax oil in the cannabis world is high dose of just THC, just pure THC. So that's what they make, so that the doctors the doctors and the scientists, when they do these trials and everything, they have to go to companies like Compass so that they can get their supply. They just can't go to the guy down the street and be like, hey man, I need a hookup. I got this study going on. What you got for me? I got $50. But no, it don't work like that. They got to spend thousands of dollars, first of all. That's one of the messed up things that's going on right now. Is that the doctors, they have to spend thousands of dollars and work hard to get these grants so they can even just get a little dose of LSD or psilocybin containing mushrooms in order so that they can practice what they wanted to do, which is help cure depression, see what goes on in the brain. Like the amygdala, we found out all these cool things, neurogenesis in the hippocampus actually going on because they was willing to spend these thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And put their careers on the line for this purpose. But Compass, they actually create medical grade psilocybin, and their big push right now, like since 2016, they wish to start giving these chemicals to the scientists for free or on a very, very low budget cost. That's their goal, and that's very awesome. That's like kudos to Compass. It is a big name. Like I was listening to Hamilton, and fear is everywhere, and people fear like how they're a big company, and now since they won a big foot in it, it's probably going to turn into like how the cannabis field has turned into. I'm just giving my unbiased thoughts. I'm just tired. But like I'm not trying to spread fear, but like how the cannabis field is now being run by the people who have all the money, and all the people that was risking their lives, going to jail and everything, weren't able to reap the benefits as much as these corporations. But I believe as long as we keep the conversation up, and you keep up and you play your part, you're going to find your way if you really want your foot in it. But the big thing, just what Hamilton had mentioned that I want to tie on, how he said, once the big companies really do get their hands on it, that's how you see when legalization instead of just decriminalization actually starts to occur, which is a big goal. Legalization, just legalize it, and that will really change the hearts of man forever and ever. But for it to have to fall into the hands of big companies scares a lot of people. But I believe as long as you're doing you, you're gonna always be able to do you. Fear is just a four-letter spell. Fear is just a four-letter spell that we cannot keep ourselves under. But back on the picture. just tying. Go to this background. The possibility of Compass, since Compass has entered the field, the possibilities for psilocybin research have grown, and they are growing, and they're also doing their own studies as well, so they don't have to like try to distribute stuff. They could be their own connect. So that's really cool. They their own connect and be able to do their own research. But I believe somewhere that that was a Thai that donated $35 million. I believe they're working with Compass as well. But these guys do have a lot of money. $35 million is a lot. It's a lot. But kudos to 2018 because we're moving into the future and we're going to be able to see a lot of other people. I see it already. But a lot of other people now are going to be able to see and believe the possibilities of psilocybin containing mushrooms, and see that it's not just a drug that just has people running down the streets naked. That's an awesome metaphor. But let's get into one of these articles. All right, this article I have for y'all is from the King's London College, and I got this article from I found this article from the Compass website. So I guess this is one of the companies that they supplied to. Let's see what they did. All right. Events at the Center for Affective Disorders. The Center for Active Disorders holds a variety of lectures, workshops, and conferences. What I believe is that this was a lecture that a professor was giving, and they like copied it down. Yeah, prefrontal circuits underlying anxiety and anhedonia, insights from non-human primates, by Professor Angela Roberts, Department of Psychology, Department and Neuroscience and Behavioral and Clinical Neuroscience Institute, University of Cambridge. So this is up there. Y'all can read all of that. But no, I don't mean all that. I'm gonna go through that. But the first part about when it was done. Yeah, let's go through this. Deregulated emotions are a core feature. But let's start that again. Deregulated emotions are a core feature of many neuropsychiatric disorders and are often associated with altered activity and limbic emotional circuitry that includes the amygdala, hey, I mentioned that, hippocampus, and the prefrontal cortex. Frontline treatments include drugs that target the serotonin system and more recently the glutamate system, but how they work and in which patient is poorly understood. Recently, much insight has been gained into the role of the medical PSY in the regulation of the amygdala-dependent freezing response to a fear-conditioned stimulus, primarily from studies in rodents. And we went over this. Hold on one second. I thought my glasses was right there. Words are so tiny on the screen. We went over that in a previous... Oh, I can enlarge it. There we go. We went over that in a previous podcast about the amygdala and the actual studies being conducted with rats and actual people as well, and scanning their brains with fMRI scans, and they was seeing how they were able to face fears because they were able to have more emotions. The amygdala is your control center in your brain. But let's finish this. However, the comparability of medical PSY across rodents and primates, including humans, is far from clear. Moreover, the neuroimaging of patients with mood and anxiety disorders have revealed structural and activity changes not only in the meridional but also the ventral PSY, including orbitofrontal and ventrolateral PSY. All these regions are at their most highly developed in primates, and thus to further our understanding of the prefrontal regulation of the amygdala-dependent emotional learning, and we have developed models of negative and positive emotional learning and expression in a new world primate, the common marmoset. We gotta look that up. Marmosets. How does that primate look? Since emotional states are composed of both psychological and behavioral components, we use an automated telemetry system to allow the simultaneous measurement of behavioral and cardiovascular emotional responses. Example: heart rate and blood pressure. In free-moving marmosets, we employ three main experimental strategies. The first, to determine the effects of localized prefrontal manipulations of emotional states, their impact on activity and downstream targets using the fluorodeoxyglucose micropet, or PET, and their sensitivity to drugs targeting the glutamate and serotonin system. Second, we have initiated a neuroimaging program to categorize the development of prefrontal circuits across childhood and adolescence in the marmoset, since the majority of anxiety and mood disorders have their onset during these critical periods of development in humans. And we all can testify to that. To being a teenager and growing up, and that's when you actually felt your depression a lot more. Like nowadays, a lot of, not me, but people my age and adults and stuff like that, older than me, they don't feel the depression as much, but they're living it because the depression is so buried deep into it. But with these psilocybin mushrooms, what they're testing on these Morisset mammal primates is seeing how they respond to fear and happiness and stuff like that while they're under this state. Because, like I said, adults, they're more detached from their depression, so they won't respond to depression stuff like outwardly. It's a mask there. It's a mask. So with kids, and they seen under the influence of psilocybin mushrooms, they're reacting more to the stimulus, is what they're saying in the study. Just breaking it down so we all stay on track. It is a heavy read. It's a lot heavier than I expected. But hey, the unexpected is always the best. Alright. Second, we initiated neuroimaging to So they also did some neuroimaging, some fMRI scans on the brain to see what's actually going on. But this is just the abstract. I couldn't really find the whole thing. Like, I want to see the chart. I want to see the brains. The brains. Give me brains. All right. Second, we have the The third, to study the impact of known behavioral and genetic risk factors for mood and anxiety disorders, i.e. trait anxiety and a polymorphism in the upstream promoter region of the serotonin transporter gene. On these prefrontal circuits using micro-PET, structural MRI, microdialysis, and post-mortem mRNA analysis. The first two strategies will be the main focus of this presentation. And look, they don't get the rest. But this is just an example that I'm giving out here that these studies are actually being done and they're being taken very, very seriously. They're being taken very seriously. And the outcomes of this, just like every other drug, is going to allow the conversation of these plant medicines to be brought up in more homes across the world. Because this is where it's all needed. It's not just America, needed in Canada, needed in Europe and stuff. But the weird thing about it is that the indigenous cultures, they already got this. It's only us civilized folk who are like, I got a video for y'all.
Sadness I've ever had,
All right, this is the fourth dimension Tai speaking. This video will be watched during the PSY Talk live stream number 6 or 7. So join that chat. It's going to be live. We're going to watch it. See you there. Hey guys, sorry for that. I don't know what happened with the video. It won't play past 20 seconds, so I just had to cut it out. I'm gonna see what I can do if I can find the YouTube link. See another way that, but we're gonna keep the show on the road. And go to this next article that I have for y'all. This one is mostly just describing a little more. Take this off. Describing a little more of what they actually do. So they founded in 2016 our first major initiative in developing psilocybin therapy through late-stage clinical trials in Europe and North America for patients with treatment-resistant depression. We are taking a new approach to mental health and are committed to developing care pathways and therapies that will help patients and their families and ease the burden on healthcare systems. Backed by a team of leading experts on medicine, mental health, business, and academia, we put the patients at the center of everything we do. Yeah, mostly saying a lot of things that I was bringing up to y'all. This is just if y'all want to see it. You know what I'm saying? We want to benefit our research and our results to be available smile. I got another scientific article. Something we can go down. This one goes real deep. It came out January 3rd, 2011, pilot study on psilocybin treatment for anxiety in patients with advanced stage cancer. Let's delete that one real fast. Sorry about that. I'm always doing that to you guys. Do I think it's funny? Yes, I do. But let's go over this study. Make this a little smaller. But psilocybin, this is a big proponent of why psilocybin research started in the first place. Why it started was because they saw how it was helping. Hold on one second. They saw how it was helping a lot of people that weren't on the brink of death, had fears of not dying, and had fears of, no fear of dying, no fears of anything really. So they see how potent fear becomes in a person who is about to pass on to the other realm and doesn't have the real understanding of that, and is still holding on to a lot of things. We all come to that point. We all will be at that same point. And the psilocybin treatments, these psilocybin studies, they're really being treated with how they view death. It's not as scary. It's not as frightening. It's not holding them back. It's not keeping them up at night. It's not making them have anxiety about what they want to say to their loved ones and things like that. Like saying, "Oh no, this is the last moment. This is it. This is it." It's like, this is it. And it's with a smile. How happy would you be if you was that person that was able to smile after going through all of this and knowing what you was about to encounter? A smile. A real, genuine smile. Alright, it's kind of easy for me to read it right there. So what I'm going to do, because in order to scroll down, I have to bring up an extra screen that I can't read. So we're gonna work like this. All right, say, in recent years, there has been a growing awareness that the psychological, spiritual, and existential crises often encountered by patients with cancers and their families need to be addressed more vigorously. Yeah, as I was just saying. From the late 1950s to the early 1970s, research was carried out exploring the use of hallucinogens to treat the existential anxiety, despair, and isolation often associated with advanced stage cancer. Those studies describe critically ill individuals undergoing psychospiritual epiphanies, often with powerful and sustained improvement in mood and anxiety, as well as diminished need for neurotic pain medications. Despite these promising results, there has been no follow-up research. Wow. Screw down. And who's this from? Who did this? Charles MD, Alicia M.A., and Gooper M.D. Like, salute to y'all. Salute. Thank y'all for this research. Be right back. Family. All right. We back. Sorry for that little break. But yeah, salute to y'all. These are doctors that wrote this article. Not just your average Joe Smokes, man. But I'm just pointing it out there for the audience. But let's go down. Everybody's opinion is important. Whose opinions are they using? The doctors using. Just average Joe Smokes. But the recent clinical explanations of psilocybin have indicated that it's not hazardous to health. Positrone emission tomographic studies demonstrated that psilocybin produces a global increase in cerebral metabolic rate of glucose, most markedly in the frontal medial and frontolateral cortex, anterior cingulate, and temporal-medial cortex. These changes were correlated with measures of psychological state and consistent with potential neurobiological substrates of major mental illnesses. Cool. Let's read about this study. They got. This is what I like. In one recent study, 36 healthy volunteers received a high dose, 30 milligrams, 70 kilograms of psilocybin with no sustained deleterious psychological or physiological effects. The investigators The investigators corroborated previous findings that psilocybin could reliably catalyze mystical experiences, leading to significant and lasting improvements in quality of life. In another study, the effects of psilocybin were examined in patients with severe refractory obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Researchers concluded that psilocybin is safe and well tolerated in subjects with obsessive compulsive disorder and may be associated with robust acute reductions in core obsessive compulsive disorder symptoms, although there was no clear dose response relationship. And well tolerated. So it puts like OCD is not a bad thing. Like one thing's in a certain order, that's not a bad thing. It's just the anxiety of it is what kills a lot of people, the anxiety. But once the psilocybin treatments are working in the brain to help deal with these issues of anxiety on a neurological level, on a spiritual level, because seeing even the doctors are saying you're going to have a mystical experience. People go into this a lot of times coming out atheists. Some still come out with atheists, but then what they say, like we saw the last time, they say, well, still the idea of God that y'all use and stuff is not the God that I meant. It was like such on a higher level that the words that we use don't even suffice. That's a huge thing, and a lot of people really all coming to the same similar conclusions. Similar conclusions. All right, let's keep going down. Yeah, we see this a lot in the PSY TAi Podcast, how they talk about the first wave research started in the 50s, ended in the 70s. Yeah, and they was giving it to people. The present study, first in more than 35 years. This is the first study in like 35 years to explore the potential utility of a psilocybin treatment model for patients with reactive anxiety associated with advanced stage cancer. That's wild. This is talking about the method that they did. This is talking about the method, how they administered the psilocybin. They was recruited through internet posting, flyers, presentations at local hospitals and wellness centers. And study reservations on clinicaltrials.gov. Clinicaltrials.gov. I'm gonna check that site out. Of the 12 subjects, 11 were women. I wonder why was that? Or how did that work out? It was random, though, they say. Of the 12 subjects, 11 were women. People ages ranged from 36 to 50. I ain't gonna say subjects, they're people. Primary cancers included breast cancer in 4 patients, colon cancer in 3, ovarian cancer in 2, peritoneal cancer in 1, salivary gland cancer in 1, and multiple myeloma in 1. All subjects were in advanced stages of their illnesses. So they were like on the late stage. The duration of their primary cancers ranged from 2 months to 18 years. 8 subjects completed the 6 months follow-up assessment. 11 completed at least the first 4 months' assessment, and all 12 completed at least the first 3 months of follow-up. 2 subjects died of their cancer during the follow-up period, and 2 others became too ill to continue participating. The study was conducted from June 2004 to May 2008. By the time of the submission of this report in 2010, 10 of the 12 patients had died. Wow. Yeah, it's not going to stop you. It's just the fear of it. It just really goes down. And thank y'all people for the information that y'all was able to put out at the end of your life here on Earth. That's real touching. All experimental sessions took place in a hospital clinical research unit in a room decorated with fabric walls, hanging with fresh flowers to provide a pleasing and comfortable environment. That's good. People spent the night in the room on the research unit and were provided a dinner and light breakfast. All right, let's keep going down. Yeah, at the conclusion of the 6-hour session, because that's how long it stays in your system, subjects discussed the subjective, aesthetic, cognitive, affective, and psychospiritual experiences that they had during the sessions and completed rating instruments. Various self-report inventories and questionnaires were administrated for 2 weeks prior to the first treatment sessions. To up to 6 months after the second treatment, team personnel maintained contact with the subjects for the entire 6 months follow-up period. They was calling them and everything, which they should. Alright, I'll put the link to this in the description. This is all going over. Alright, let's see they going over like the specific cardiovascular functions. Like they were really going in with how they were studying these brave, awesome, lovely people. Blood pressure peaked at the 2-hour point with mean peak. Yeah, I don't really know what that stuff means. the 5D SA, the ASC demonstrated marked subjective differences between the psilocybin and placebo experiences. Shout outs to the placebo people. I always feel most sorry for them. Hopefully they got to come back and actually partake in the real medicine once they saw the real benefits that it was given. Psilocybin particularly affected the oceanic boundedness and visionary restructuralization dimensions. What kind of sentence is that? Psilocybin has smaller but sufficient effects on anxious ego dissolution and auditory alterations. The item clusters with marked differences between the subjective states produced by psilocybin and Gnostian included a significant increase in psilocybin-invoked states of positive derealization and positive depersonalization, altered sense of time, positive mood, mania-like experiences, elementary hallucinations, visual pseudo hallucinations, synesthesia, which is like feeling sound, tasting color, that's synesthesia. Change meaning of percepts. I thought they said percepts. Percepts. Facilitated recollection, and facilitated imagination. That's really is the psilocybin broken down into like the most scientific thing words you could put up. Like I'm gonna break down some of them. Like visual, let's start it. Altered sense of time. Like I had the sense that time is not what you think. And that time is not linear, but that is wavy. It's wavy and it's jumpy and everything. And what can seem like 5 minutes here can seem like 10 hours in another realm. And with these experiences, that's what you feel. That's what you feel like. Time is just an altered sense of time. You do have very positive moods, and you have positive depersonalizations. The thing about other drugs like cocaine or I don't even know about cocaine, but crack and heroin and everything, you get detached from and these opioids and Xanax and everything, you get detached from your person, which is a good thing, but it's not in a positive way at all. That's why you see all the depressive things that come out of it. All the murders that still happen, all the suicides that still happen, all the depression that still felt. Probably feel like a quick moment of something and then that's it. But with the psilocybin containing mushrooms, and it's a positive depersonalization. Depersonalization, and a positive derealization. Like you realizing, if you're willing to hold on to it, you're able to realize that this world is not exactly what you was told growing up. But if you're at that point where you're able to let go, it doesn't really affect you as much. It's a positive thing, like, wow, I have to tell the world now that it's so much better than what we have been told. And the stuff that we've been told is the lies, is the BS, the stuff that's keeping us looking at everything so mucky. All right, let's keep going. Mania-like experiences. Yeah, you feel like you the man. You feel like you the woman. You feel like you both. You feel like you the universe. You feel like you the earth. You feel like you the tree. So tall and mighty. Everything in between. The lion, a cheetah moving so fast. It doesn't matter. It just feels mania-like. And mania-like, I came across that term because I was looking real into bipolarism growing up. I probably am bipolar. Or who knows? I believe so. My mom is diagnosed with it, so. But I actually had an old tape. I used to make music back in the day. And it was I don't want to put the title up there. But part of the title was mania. It was mania because I felt like I was in my manic state. And this is what I feel like when I'm feeling good, when I'm feeling like I can do something. So I know exactly what it means, but this is like a good way, in a good way. All right, let's go down. See what else they got in here. The STAI revealed no significant changes from day 1 before to 2 weeks after treatment. Although a substantial but not significant decrease was evident for the state anxiety subscale 6 hours after psilocybin administration, which was not observed after placebo. Of course, it wasn't observed in the placebo. Although minimum change was observed in this STAI state anxiety score for follow-up data. Sustained decrease in STAI trait anxiety was observed for the entire 6-month follow-up. Research significance at the 1 month and 3-month points after the second treatment sessions. So they was getting better and better, especially after the second treatment. They was feeling better, able to release even more emotion and be able to exist in this reality with a smile. Simply put, yeah, this is their comment talking about their goal, feasibility and safety for hallucinogen treatment for models and patient and advanced stage cancer and anxiety. Although not comparable to higher doses of hallucinogens administered in the past to severely ill patients, the dose used here was still believed capable of inducing an alternation of consciousness with potential therapeutic benefit while optimizing patient safety. Determining safe parameters with this novel treatment paradigm is critical to establishing a strong foundation for this field of study that will allow for future investigations. Then keep on going. Yeah. And that's what this here, that's what they had to say. Alright, that was cool. And like I said, the world is opening up. The psychedelic renaissance is here. The PSY TAi Podcast number 27 is coming. It's here right now. So y'all already know things is changing because this wasn't here before, and now it's here. And look at the information that's coming out. Right, so man, if y'all like this, please share the page on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. Just Thai now or at just Thai, whatever you want to find. If you have articles that you want to submit, questions, concerns, ways to improve the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, just let me know. But this is amazing. Let's go. All right. But as always, I had a great time with y'all. I had a great time. If I can actually get that video though, that would be awesome. But if not, that's cool as well. I'm just seeing at the last moment if I'm able to get that video for y'all. Alright, yeah, it's not working. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning into the PSY TAi Podcast, number 27. Please just share the page, share the message, share yourself. Do what you gotta do with yourself. Always just Thai. And as a reminder, that's when you combine your mind with your heart. Let that circle keep spinning. Let whatever thoughts, whatever emotions, let it just come out. Let it come out. Stay safe. Stay well. Stay healthy. And always Thai. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We all Thai. But do we really Thai? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I don't know. Till next time, it's Captain Naga saying peace out.